working to connect a region of over 600 million bridges between our lands.
Welcome back to ASEAN in Focus. I'm Kaloy Tabunda from the New Era University ASEAN Studies Center. Today we will talk about the International Visitor Leadership Program of the U.S. State Department, and we're honored to have as guests today its current Executive Director, Ms. Virginia Pasalo, who gets it here years ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago, and one of its fellows, Colonel Tarahudin Ampatuan. Good afternoon, lady and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome to ASEAN in Focus. So you were here 3 years ago,
Yeah.
and I remember you talked then about some of the programs of the International
About the women's program.
Women's program. But this time you're going to talk about the International Visitor Leadership Program, wherein Colonel Ampatuan here is a fellow. Used to be a fellow of the program. So what is the IVLP, or the International Visitor Leadership Program?
It's actually an exclusive invitation by the U.S. Embassy to people who have achieved in government and in the civil society and also in the religious sector. And these are all from disciplines, even from the military, they get. And Colonel Ampatuan is from there.
So Colonel Ampatuan, you used to be a fellow also?
Yeah,
at IVLP.
I used to be a fellow from, the program was actually in international security issues.
Okay.
So I was the only representative in the Philippines. We came alongside with several individuals with same kind of field of expertise. So ours is on international security issues.
Okay, so this is upon invitation of the U.S. Embassy, and actually this is confirmed by the U.S. State Department.
Yes, and there is it is not a competitive thing. They just invite you based on how they perceive you to be as one who's going to impact on society. And that's the basis of their recruitment. We don't know exactly how we were taken into the program.
Actually, I'm a fellow also. I was invited years ago, 2003, and my theme was, if I remember right, it was poverty alleviation and NGOs. Yours was
Nauna ka, kasi kami nila Sister Mary Jan, we were there. 1986 pala kami.
Okay.
After Cory.
So what was your program?
Our
then?
program with Mary Jan Manansan was Women and Economic Development.
And yours?
International security issues.
International security. So. Every year, the U.S. State Department invites accomplished Filipinos in their respective fields of endeavor, and they go to the States.
Yes, they go there.
How long?
Well, in our time, we used to go there for a month, no?
For a month. Also with you, Colonel Lin?
I think that's about 21 days.
Yeah, and now it's only just 2 weeks, I think. Paigsi ng paigsi.
And then what do you do there? What did you do there during your time?
Well, you design your own program.
Okay.
For example, what is your interest? And then they plot with you where to go. You just tell them, I want to see these things. I want to see how that works so that I can implement it back in the country. And that's when they start to...
So this was in the 1980s?
1980s. Mga 1986 yun eh.
1986.
So, ikaw talaga yung gagawa ng programa mo. They don't dictate, no?
So, how about your program?
Yung sa amin is really, dahil nakapokus siya sa international security issues, may pinuntahan kami sa Oklahoma, yung memorial nila sa war memorial nila sa Oklahoma, and then yung border security issues. So several kinds of security issues.
Katulad nung kaya Ma'am Virgie dito, you designed your program, or it was pre-designed for you? Because I remember during my batch, it was pre-designed already.
It was pre-designed.
It
was pre-designed, yes. So we visited several states in the United States.
Okay, and how do you think this program enriched you as a professional?
Ang take ko doon, when I was there, I wanted to see the depressed areas eh. I didn't want to see all these big commercialized, industrialized places. So I was brought to places like kung saan nandun yung farmers, kung saan walang inumin na maayos. So, I've seen the devastation done by large-scale plantations and yung kanilang commercial production of food, no? Tapos nakita ko, 10 years na nasalanta. Wala silang potable water.
So this is across several states in
Across
the United
several
States.
states, Indianapolis, tapos kung saan-saan pa ako dinala. And then I had to sleep in houses, no? Doon sa mga
yung communities.
the communities na doon. And I was so surprised that a developed country like the US have pockets of underdeveloped areas there.
They do.
Oo. So parang sabi ko, naku, ba't nagkaganito ito? You know, I had the impression that they were all good.
Oh,
you know,
they were rich.
And
First world
I
country,
like
yes.
the ones who did the program with me because he said normally people don't go to those places.
Those are not tourists.
No, they're not touristy.
Tourists don't go there to observe
right.
poverty, especially if you're from a third world country. You don't go to the US to look at poverty in the US.
No,
Although
no.
that was part of that was the thing during my fellowship. How about yours, Colonel?
Yung sa akin naman is kasi ang pinanggalingan ko is I was then a fellow of yung International Center for Political Violence Terrorism Research in Singapore. So basically ang focus ng aming visits several focus group discussions with several individuals and organizations in the United States. So ang isa sa pinaka-major discussions really is, for instance, terrorism, interfaith dialogues and
So
consultations.
you were also with military practitioners from other countries during your time
It
there?
comes from various backgrounds.
Okay.
Some are from defense and strategic study centers. Some are from defense also.
So merong sharing ng experiences from
Expertise.
different. For example,
Different field.
during my time, I remember most of my batchmates were from Africa, Rwanda, Mozambique. So we shared poverty issues, although compared to them, parang mas mayaman yung Pilipinas compared to those countries before. No? So
Yung program
how was it during
namin,
your time?
dalawa lang kami ni Mary dyan eh. We did not have anybody with us.
So it was really a special program
Yeah, it
for
was a
you.
program for
Kaya
us.
pala,
And nagtaka nga ako kasi the rest now, no, tig-aanim na batches ngayon pumupunta, tapos iba-ibang countries na.
Yeah.
During our time talaga, that was the time when the bases was in issue, no?
Yes,
and
yes,
Mary
86.
Jan was organizing in Manila, I was organizing in Pangasinan, tapos yun na nga, meron kaming invitation to go out.
So it was really a special program for
It was
you.
a special program
How
for
about
us.
yours? You had how many batchmates?
Ako lang po yung nag-iisa lang ako galing ng
And
Pilipinas.
then yung iba, how many
galing
countries?
ng merong taga Norway, may Sweden,
So, may
merong
mga-
sa Bosnia.
Okay.
Several several.
Bakit Norway, Sweden, wala naman silang security issues dati?
Siguro because of their focus areas on peace studies. And yung involvement nila sa peace process. Norway is really sila yung pinaka
Yeah, they usually act as a
third party
country.
Right.
So they nagbigay sila ng kanilang mga insights on how
mga
to
insights
do
yan.
peace talks. Okay. So anong ginawa niyo pagbalik? Pagbalik from the
kami,
States?
na-debrief kami ni Mary Jan. And then, sabi nila, what was the learning experience that sasabi ni Mary Jan, the best thing that really happened to us was our meeting each other. Kasi we're able to just
Magkasama kayo sa Pilipinas, doon pa kayo nagkita.
Doon kami nagkita. And then we shared the same room and then we saw pa nga Robert Redford eh.
Wow.
Ang liit-liit pala ni Robert Redford.
That was the highlight of your trip.
So, and then there was the moon there in Albuquerque.
Okay.
And nagtataka yung mga Mexicano kung bakit kami ay nag-share ng soup. Kasi ang lalaki ng serving. And we cannot really consume the whole thing. So ang namin doon, ang most memorable namin doon na experience is experiencing the feel, no? The feel of the land. We got some stones, no?
Okay.
And then nakita namin, may energy to. We have to bring this home.
Well, new wave. How about you,
Actually,
Colonel?
pinakamagandang experience namin kasi 2007 ako, may primary noon eh. So we met
elections.
President Obama
Nice.
So kasi yung isang kasama namin na galing Serbia, palagi siya nagkasuot ng jacket. So we were praised by the Secret Service. And then eventually the US State Department came in, and then we met the pero pa lang siya doon, baga nag-aspire pa lang, nasa primary pa lang yung nila. At it was really a good experience meeting several people. Kasi may Eastern Europe kami nakasama eh. And then meron kaming kasama na galing Taiwan.
Yes. So overall, it was a very fulfilling experience for all of us, and it helped us enrich professionally in our career. Okay, we will talk more about the different programs and projects of the International Visitor Leadership Program when ASEAN in Focus Weekend Edition returns.
that you can see here include hydrangea, snapdragon, and stargazers. They're truly beautiful. The gardens at Ciudad de Victoria are so peaceful, tranquil, and beautiful that it's become a haven for young couples and a very popular venue for engagement photos. The next time you want an escape from the big city, the garden at Ciudad de Victoria is a wonderful place to visit.
Okay, we're back with our interview here with Ma'am Virgie Pasalo, the Executive Director of the International Visitor Leadership Program Philippines, or IVLP Philippines. And She is with the Colonel Dean Ampatuan, who is a member of the elite Philippine Special Forces and have graduated on top of his class as valedictorian of the, CJSC. I'm familiar with this. I used to be a faculty member here in CJSC. Okay, and I see you're married to the Director of National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, Director Heidi Ampatuan. Side question, how is NCMF today? What is it doing now?
Yeah, well, as far as the new secretary is concerned, the current secretary of the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, they have a line of activities right now, no? Aside from yung traditional role nila, pilgrimage, all others. Just recently, they were very much involved in programs on the prevention of violent extremism, especially in southern Philippines.
If you won't mind, I hope you won't mind.
Yeah.
There's this issue lately, Manang, with your indulgence, Manang Virgie. There was this issue lately when President Duterte was admonishing the Commission on Audit because apparently some funds of the National Housing Authority were used for the pilgrimage. What can you say about this?
I really have no idea, sir.
Okay.
My wife would be in better position to answer the question.
Safe answer.
Safe answer, very safe.
Okay, so we go now to the projects of programs and projects of the International Visitor Leadership Program. Actually, I'm aware of one of your just concluded project.
Interfaith dialogue and
dialogue.
poetry reading.
Poetry reading. So can you tell us about this poetry reading? For Manila, this was held in Quezon Memorial Circle, right?
Yes, yes.
What was this all about?
Well, first, let me describe to you the interfaith dialogue program. No? It is meant to bridge the knowledge gap and the friendship gap between initially between the Muslims and the Christians. But now, it has become lahat ng religion, lahat ng ethnicities, ganyan na. So, meron siyang inter-ethnic dialogue na rin, no? So, and in the case of the recent activity, merong intergenerational na rin. Kasi may millennials doon, merong mga 90s.
This is poetry reading.
Poetry reading.
How can poetry reading be related to the interfaith
It's like
dialogue?
this kasi, there is an international movement for peace and to avoid war because the world has become warlike. No, you are killing Palestinians.
Yes.
Children are being killed also in Syria and all over the world. We kill more through diseases and through So parang there is a war going on and we cannot bridge the parang nawawalan tayo ng empathy and compassion. No? So this is something that we would like to build in the interfaith dialogue program. No? And the first one was yung sa yung sa tungkol sa human rights. No? How do we view human rights in terms of the Muslim faith, of the Christian faith?
So there should be a common view of things.
Not really common, but an understanding of where the other is coming from when in terms of human rights.
The term is understanding.
Understanding.
Yeah. Understanding where Muslims come from, where Christians come from, and where the other groups come from.
That's where Samira was also there.
Yeah, Actually, ang focus naman talaga niyan is all religions in the world naman really promotes peace, and the message really is about understanding, peaceful coexistence, mutual respect. So these are values that needs to be espoused.
And actually, these are supposed to be common values.
Common values
right.
Across all
religions.
beliefs.
Yeah.
Across all religions.
So, bali ito yung mga values that would provide platform para sa counter-narratives. Kasi usually yung mga adversaries ng state or yung mga extremists na sinasabi natin, really nakapokus sila doon sa yung exclusivity ng kanilang
point of view.
Correct.
Their worldview.
Worldview. So, the best way to counter it really is really yung common values among various religion and kumbaga understanding among cultures, different cultures.
Actually, we call that in philosophy cultural relativism. Diba? Each culture has its own lens. How they look at things, diba? How they understand things. But if you dig further, meron tayong tinatawag na universal values.
Yep.
Yes.
And yung universal values, it should be in common understanding.
Actually, yun yung focus nung International Poetry Reading, no? During the longest day of the year,
Summer
July
solstice,
21,
July
summer
21.
solstice, and also the hottest, no? So, all over the world, mga 30 countries have decided to read at the same time.
Okay.
So, dito sa Philippines, nangyari yon June 21.
21,
June 21 sa kanila kasi parang 22 na sa atin, no? So, tayo yung nauna halos na nag-post nung ating ang ating poetry. How does poetry get into the picture,
Okay.
no? They say that the poets are really the soul of a society, no? Kasi parang sensitive sila eh.
Listen to that. Poets are the souls of society.
Yes.
I have to
And
go back to
artists
being a poet
also.
again. Artists.
Artists, they actually
I used to
see...
be a poet during my high school days.
Di ba? Parang mas sensitive sila kasi sa nararamdaman ng ibang tao, nararamdaman nila yung pain, and they're more open to getting into initiatives to foster understanding and camaraderie and so on. So, kaming lahat dun sa poets na yon, because some of us have met elsewhere sa ibang bansa sa poetry festivals. So we said, how can we bridge this thing? So lahat ng Muslim, we have poetry reading in Iran, in Iraq, in Israel, binan nila yung they closed the venue, no. Oo, kami doon lang nangyari yon. Sa 30 countries yun lang yung naban. So we have a situation nung June 21, sabi namin, how can these people do this, no?
So they don't want peace there.
So anyway, siguro kasi nga may mga militant groups din doon, so they just scrap the whole idea. So nung araw na yon, parang nakita namin wala tayong difference eh. We're just humans, no,
Yes,
relating
yes,
to
yes.
each other.
We're all seeking peace.
Kaya nga, actually, yung religion really now is, kumbaga, yung message, love, peace, where people can find a, kumbaga, common ground.
Common ground. Oh.
Okay. So how was your participate? You participated also in the poetry?
No, unfortunately, I was not around. I was supposed to be attending, not necessarily as a poet.
But she was there in the human rights,
Yeah, I was in,
understanding, mga ganyan. Kasi continuing yung activities ng interfaith eh.
I discussed the perspective ng human rights, Muslim perspective.
Okay.
Well, of course, it's really, kumbaga, may mapagkukunan ka talaga nung yung common ground, nung perspective, nung as long as you make an effort really to understand each other. Meron kasi sa amin sa Islam, in fact, one of the verses in the Holy Quran there is yung, yung we came from pair, and become tribe, community, and nations. Tapos ang niya is to understand each other. So parang yun yung konteksto nung verse ng Holy Quran. So parang sinasabi niya sa Muslims na yung pluralism is really part ng Islamic values. So parang yung, kumbaga, diyan nanggagaling yung mga kami na mga Muslim na nag-espouse ng peace, yung values na dapat ito yung dapat maging message, ito yung team dapat ng pinag-uusapan, and then pag nagkaroon ka ng constituency nito sa community, sa mga engagement, so walang yung mga foreign ideologies na pumapasok yan, meron kang para ka magkakaroon ng immune system na okay, hindi yan papasok dito dahil tatanggapin kasi kaibayan, peace tayo.
The ideal of peace. So you're saying in fact na this goes beyond religion.
It goes beyond religion.
Peace is a universal value. So you understanding others as you want them to understand you, tapos veering away from violent extremism, so that everybody can exist peacefully with each other. So how do you think ano ang dent na ibinibigay ng IBLP sa peace process apart from itong ginagawa ninyo na poetry?
Kasi dun sa poetry reading, makita mo sila na they don't really focus on their faiths eh. Andun sila to be a human-to-human contact. And then makita mo that the friendships actually escalate and they become friends. In fact, when you spoke during the first time, sabi, imbitahin mo nga ulit si Colonel Ampatuan kasi
you delivered
you delivered. No,
last year.
no, that's the human
Human
rights.
rights,
Ano,
right,
yeah.
Kasi we did not know na ganun-ganun pala. See, these are Christians na hindi nila naintindihan kung ano yung Muslim faith, and they have preconceived ideas on how the Muslims actually perceive human rights.
Actually, isa sa mga efforts natin, ito yung nabigay sa atin ng IBLP, yung opportunity to really engage. Dati-rati, ang focus natin is dialogue. Nakita natin yan na mas maganda yung engagement mismo. You can, kung meron talagang interactions between communities, Muslims and Christians alike. Katulad namin, kung siguro hindi tayo napunta rito sa mainstream, baka nag-iba rin yung ating
Baka kasama ko ng mga radicals.
Right. Pero hindi ko siya nakikitang non-peaceful.
Okay. You have, of course, you have a very impressive military background.
Yeah.
And you have a master's degree of public administration. Okay. And you also graduated from yung Institute of Defense and Strategic Studies in Singapore. So malaki yung iyong background in security. And it's really very I'm really very happy to know that you're engaged really with the units of peace process.
So,
ang platform ngayon is the International Visitor Leadership Program. Anyway, so we will talk more about the different programs and projects of the IVLP, or the International Visitor Leadership Program, when ASEAN in Focus Weekend Edition returns.
Sa gitna ng dilim, ako ang mata sa sahing papawid. Ako ang dilat sa tuwing ang bayan ko ay tulog ng mahimbing. Ang aming buhay handang ialay para sa bayan. Kayo'y handang maglingkuran.
Join us in celebrating the 72nd anniversary of the Philippine Air Force.
Watch your favorite Net25 shows live and on demand, anytime, anywhere on any mobile device on OSN Play. I'm Eden Santos of Net25. Approved!
Landmarks, Linggo, alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng gabi.
Okay, we're back with our interview with Manberji Pasalo, the Executive Director of the International Visitor Leadership Program, and Colonel Din Ampatuan, who is also a fellow of the International Visitor Leadership Program. Earlier, we were talking about the programs related to the peace process, yung interfaith dialogue. Ano pa ba ibang major programs ngayon ng IBLP?
Yung talagang pinaka-flagship program namin is the environmental program. No?
Okay, what's
yung,
all about?
Bali, it is a community engagement program where there is a development and they're destroying the environment. No? For example, the expansion of the Manila North Road required the felling of trees, 1,790 trees. No?
Yeah, I read your post there, yung sa Pangasinan.
Yeah, sa Pangasinan.
Oo.
And that was where my breakup with the congressional ladies of came about. No? Kasi hindi nila ako kinakausap at some point because of that advocacy.
Did they succeed?
They succeeded. We were able to save only 500 trees.
Out of
1,700.
Wow.
Kasi they cut the trees in the evenings eh. So wala naman, people are, when they are already asleep, hindi mo na makita lahat yung napuputol eh.
Trust issues.
Oo. So in any case,
ito yung for the road widening of the Manila.
For the road widening, which is very funny because now there is the TPLX, no?
Yeah. Ito yung yung going to Baguio.
And then there is nothing anymore. Halos wala nang dumadaan sa in-extend na road ngayon.
Oh, dahil sa TPLX na.
Oo. So sabi ko, there is no justification for that thing. And now that you have also killed the trees, no? So you see the logic of all these people doing development. They just want to spend the budget because it's there. Kasi daw isusoli ulit sa sa
my goodness.
So
buti ko na magpatinisi about that, Colonel Ding. Yung ganun, pinutol yung mga puno para mag-road widening. Hindi naman ginamit.
Hindi na.
Actually, may issue time. May matatanong kami tungkol sa road widening. So, what's your position there?
Professionalisaan ngayon, medyo pero kasi ang baccalaureate degree ko kasi College of Forestry. Siguro balance appreciation ng ibig sabihin dapat merong common ground yung community vis-a-vis government expansion ng program So siguro yung social preparation kailangan ng gobyerno yan pag nag-implement ka ng project.
So you were not socially prepared?
No. The Department of Department yung
DNR.
Public Works,
Public Works
and the DNR, we sued the two
Okay.
because we thought that they did not actually consult with the people.
May ganun that's your issue.
Hindi sila nag-consult, so the process was not
transparent.
And then after na nag-usap kami na hindi sila nagpuputol na naman sila, parang wala kaming mapagbatayan na bagay para i-take namin yung kanilang word. So sabi namin kung itong mga kalaban natin hindi tayo magsasucceed. So we need to ang basic lang natin dito, ang basic purpose is to make the people aware that they have the right to actually stop it kung gugustuhin nila. Kaso yung mga tao doon, hindi nga nila alam kung anong mga nila And because they're also very subservient to their political leaders, no?
Okay, Colonel Ampatuan, apart from the social preparation thing, yung environmental impact, pagpuputol ng mga, are these centuries-old trees?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Siguro bakit ticklish issue palagi yan siguro sa akin personal opinion ko lang. Isa siguro sa dapat tinitingnan din natin maski yung local government, yung gobyerno at saka yung communities. Kasi yung development will eventually expand. Hindi natin na pre-empt yan na magwa-widen yung roads because of development. Siguro yung focus area ng pagtatanim kung saan tayo dapat mag-reforest. Kasi ang mga example niyan, merong case sa Malaysia na na-reforest nila yung area So isang particular states nila na ganun. Rather than patches yung yung reforestation program natin. So siguro yun ang isang area para maiwasan yung kasi mapipilitan kang putulin yung it's really a case of kumbaga development versus
pero yun nga hindi nga ginamit
Tsaka ito pa, sorry lagi akong dumadaan doon pag may iwas kami sa TPLX. Ang luwag-luwag na pero it's supposed to be a road widening project pero hindi rin magamit talaga.
Hindi magamit.
Because they're being used as parking
Parking
lots.
area.
Palayan drying.
Palayan drying. So, nadidefeat yung purpose. So, pinatay mo yung puno tapos para to widen the road. But the vehicles cannot use them. Extension ng car wash.
And then I
car
cannot
wash,
also
shops.
ride the usual rides that I take, like from Manila to Baguio, kasi they're all taking People-X, no? So, makita mo na parang napakaluwag ng kalye. Halos, sabi ko, nakakuha ako ng picture doon, nasa gitna ako ng kalye.
So, anyway,
Pero sabi naman kasi doon ng gobyerno, pagka nagputol ka ng isang kahoy,
dapat
papalitan mo ng 100 ata yan eh.
Actually, 10.
10 ano.
Actually, ganito yan. Merong promise na ganon. So, siyempre, curious kami. The three of us, yung tatlo kong kasama doon, pumunta kami doon sa planting areas. Alam mo ang sabi ng mga nagpa-plant doon, ay ma'am, wala naman talagang planting dito. Pakita lang ho ito. Tapos sabi, saan ho ba yung planting talaga? Doon ho sa property, doon nung sabi nila. So, they named the politician.
Okay.
So, ganun talaga yun.
So, one of the sad stories of
very sad
yung development.
stories.
And ano pa yung ibang environmental concerns?
Yung
mga advocacy ng IBLP.
Yung sa ngayon kasi, doon sa Bulasi
is a native fish, right?
Yeah, it's a native fish and it's also a municipality.
In Pangasinan.
Pangasinan. Municipality, municipality ng San Pabia, barangay itong Bulasi.
Okay.
And Bulasi used to be where the PTA is. Yung PTA, alam mo, yung dating dinevelop ni Marcos na maging tourist site. And then that is also where the historical site na naglanding yung mga Hapon, naglanding yung mga Amerikano nung panahon ng gyera. So may marker doon yun, no? So, but there is also the Bulasi River, which actually where the Bulasi comes from. And then ngayon, nakabili ang San Miguel doon ng about 100 hectares yata or more, no? 109,000 yata yun. If my,
hectares.
Hectares.
Malaki siya.
Malaki. It straddles not only Bulasi but several towns, no?
barangays,
And ang gusto nila maglagay ng facility for cement, which empties its down to the ocean, no? So ngayon ang activity namin doon together with the local people and also several NGOs there is to make the community understand.
You're bringing IVLP here?
Yes. Because ang IVLP doon kasi tatatlo lang eh. So ang ginagawa namin, meron tayong tinatawag na partner organizations and also associate IVLP members, parang friends of IVLP, so that we can mobilize yung mas malawak, no? Dahil recruitment for the IVLP in the region, and especially in Pangasinan, halos zero. Zero na, pero that's where your development problem goes because it is mainit ang mga doon mga development people, even the Villar's, for example, they have yung kanilang mga subdivisions is eating up the agricultural lands, no? They're converting all these lands into their subdivisions, which makes me so sad.
Parang masyadong malaki yung mga binabangga ni mga personalities.
Hindi, pero alam mo kasi, hindi naman na tayo, alam mo, we're individuals who would die soon, no? And we cannot just allow these things to just happen, no? Parang sa atin, we must do whatever we can in order to make this a living,
how do you sustain these endeavors, these programs?
You have to have community presence, no? Meron ka talaga doon na paski isang tao lang na masipag.
Yeah, as IVLP, mayroon bang institutional support?
Ay, wala. We generate our funds from there. From the in fact, even the interfaith. Halos tatlong organization na nag-ambag-ambag para sa activity, no? And when we mobilize, like when we mobilize in Bolinao, yung local community doon plus 2 other organizations plus several also leaders there, no? Pero critical sa community mobilizing yung point person mo doon, na hindi siya yung mabunganga, kailan yung the most friendly na meron din siyang resource para hindi ka naghahagilap ng resource.
Okay, how do you assess your existing programs? The major program is the Interfaith
Yung dalawa,
Dialogue and the Environmental Project. How do you assess it?
Sa akin kasi nakapokus kami sa Interfaith,
Yes.
But doon sa Interfaith kasi yung pag-promote ng peace, one of our programs, meron kaming program diyan Doc na School of Peace on Wheels.
Peace on Wheels.
So meron
So, may
kaming
sasakyan
may
ang
sasakyan
ginagamit.
yan. We go to the different yung mga eskwelahan.
This is in Mindanao?
Sa Mindanao yan. It's really individual kind of effort. May dalang computer yan. Merong champurado lang, okay ka na dyan eh.
And then, anong ginagawa sa mga
And then, nagtuturo
bata?
ka. Tapos, aside from yung learning process, bali, nagbibigay ka ng lectures that really focus on peace, yung
So,
peace
may ganun
education.
pala, no? Pero it's in Mindanao.
Maliit lang na sasakyan yan eh.
Who's
Lipat-lipat ka na.
supporting that?
Kami lang din yun. Sa
Yung IDLP.
Actually, it's a good thing because you asked, because in the beginning, talagang yung ating motto is, it begins with me.
With me.
No?
Okay.
So, sometimes...
Pasensya na kayo, parang nakalimutan ko yung...
Nakalimutan ko yun.
Hindi ako masyado
It begins
active
with
sa
me.
IDLP.
Anyway, yung it begins with me na yon, kasi kung minsan, wala talagang institutional support.
system,
And then, we... well, some of us refused really to ask, support from the embassy because in some communities, parang tuta ito ng Amerika.
Okay. Okay.
Yung gano'n,
I understand.
Pero yung pag nakita nila na ang entry point mo doon ay person to person, tapos tapos dinadala mo yung face ng organization na wala siyang tawag mo doon, wala siyang bossing.
Yes.
Yun.
No strings attached.
No strings attached.
Okay. Sige, we'll talk more about the different activities of the International Visitor Leadership Program and other related issues. The Nation in Focus Weekend Edition returns. International Visitor Leadership Program Philippines, and Colonel Dean Ampatuan, who is a fellow of the IVLP. And IVLP is, of course, a instrument of the U.S. government to really cement its ties with the Philippines. Okay. So it's really RP-US relationship. So, kumusta ba sa panahon niyo ang US-RP relationship, lalo-lalo sa panahon ngayon na we're in the crossroads of our relationship, given the cries to review the Mutual Defense Treaty, given the current issue with China, di ba, dito lalo na sa South China. So, how do you describe it? Ikaw, Colonel Ampatuan.
Being a recipient ng IVLP, International Visitor Leadership Program, ang United States naman kumbaga sa kaibigan isang matandang kaibigan yan,
Dating kaibigan.
Dating kaibigan,
old friends.
Old friend, In fact, sa Southern Philippines nga is ang United States is really kumbaga napakalaki ng role na ginampanan niya. Sila ay nagdala ng education, my grandfather used to be yung the first educators in the area.
You're from Maguindanao, right?
Oh, Maguindanao. So yung mother ko yung sa Piang family, Tato Piang family. Diyan yung unang eskwelahan sa Central Mindanao,
Yeah, Dato Piang.
So kumbaga sa isang Pilipino, palagi tayong nakatikin sa Amerika sa isang
Hanggang ngayon ba?
Oo, hanggang ngayon. Nandun pa rin yung, nandun yung kanilang naka-anchor, yung kanilang, kumbaga, position as parang elder, brother, na nation na palagi nandyan para tumulong sa atin kung kailangan natin. And we have seen that one happens in several locations. We have Second World War, Korean War, Vietnam, Philippines, and United States. It's always been
the Philippines has been fighting together with the U.S.
United States.
Fighting these wars.
Yeah.
Okay. How about IVLP? Ano ba ang how do you see IVLP positioning itself dito sa RP-US relations?
Ang tingin ko dyan kasi, as you said, old friend sila although there were times na hindi naman sila masyadong friends sa atin, in so many. But there is a what we call kumbaga sa mag-asawa, di ba, they fight, but the relationship is there. And plus the fact that for every Filipino, may mga relatives sila sa US . You give me a family that has somebody from China. So that China did not actually do its homework in trying to build this relationship. It's just on the build. And now it's just building on the Kaliwa Dam. And the Kaliwa Dam can drown us, ang tingin ko dyan, sa US, medyo nakaka-bargain pa tayo ng konti, Pero dun tsaka, maski na highly lopsided din yung ating mga arrangements in terms of development, makita natin na they are investing in the education of our children. In fact, they have very high investments. Ang US scholarship program is totally focused on Mindanao, Halos lahat ng mga bata, maski na 14 years old, binapadala sa Northern Illinois University. And they have, and because they're young, may mga escorts pa sila. So maraming mga programa ng mga US Embassy na gano'n, which is, I think, is a very, very important footwork to cement a tie. Ang China, hindi mo sila makitaan ng ganyan.
Yung people-to-people relationship, yung soft approach.
Walang ganyan. I don't know.
Yung papananaw mo rin, Colonel, you're the security expert here.
I don't have liberty to discuss that. But ganito siguro pananaw natin yan. While we have that kind of relationship with United States, but basically, yung Chinese kasi is just part of our,
They are neighbors. Actually, kapitbahay natin sila.
Kapitbahay natin yan. Kumbaga, kung titingnan mo sa, di ba, pagka-sociology yung natin, yung Malay kasi at saka yung ASEAN is really yung nasuntara, kumbaga, ang isang Pilipino, di ba, usually sa ASEAN, hindi ka makakita ng kapitbahay na may bakod. Hindi tayo nagbabakod sa mga barangay. Pag nagbakod ka, babatuhin ka ng kapitbahay mo kasi parang big deal yun. So parang sa atin is really brotherhood. Kung ako yung titingin dyan, Kapitbahay natin si
Ang
China, no, si Vietnam at saka ano. Kumbaga bago lang itong konteksto ng nation state system of boundary, territorial boundary. Before that, kumbaga yung yung people can just may interming kumbaga
You can just cross borders.
Kaya in fact sa history nga natin is one of the Sultan of Sulu was buried in one of the provinces in Jiangnan
Yeah, I've been
province,
there,
ano.
in the place where he was buried.
So
you're saying in fact na ang intruder dito, itong taga-malayo.
hindi naman. Kumbaga, that only shows na yung ating, yung engagement natin, people-to-people engagement.
Yes.
It was historical talaga yan.
Si Lima,
kumbaga,
di ba?
Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin yan, halimbawa, sa isang dagat, magkapit-bahay tayo, hindi mo pwedeng na akin lang ito. Kasi since time immemorial yan, talagang tayo mangingisda na dyan, yung mga iba't ibang grupo dyan. Siguro yun doon tayo siguro magsimula.
Okay.
Pag pinag-usapan natin ito, wag nating tingnan yung boundary muna. Tingnan muna natin yung pagkatao natin, kultura ng ASEAN. Siguro makakita tayo ng makakita tayo ng solusyon.
May problema na kasi ang agawan ng teritoryo.
Hindi lang yun. Bakit sila nagkumukuha ng mga shells, mga kung ano-ano? Mga these are things that we planted, no? Yung mga big clams.
Are you carrying the IBLB position on this?
Yes!
So I think kasi iba yung dimension na, iba na yung
Sa environment, talagang
meron
ayaw
na kasi
namin yan.
the issue of agawan ng teritoryo. So it completely changes the picture. So how do you see this?
May dalawang kumbaga may dalawang perspektibo palagi yan, o may different perspective yan. Kung ako lang sa akin parang dala-dala ko yung kultura ng Pilipino diyan na kung mayroon tayong problema sa ating boundary, usually pag-usapan.
Okay. So dialogue talaga.
Dialogue tayo.
Peaceful dialogue.
Sa atin pag may boundary issue ka doon sa mga lupain mo, punta kayo kaagad sa barangay o sa bantayan yung
Hindi barilan agad.
Hindi kasi usap-usap muna tayo, elders talks about.
Okay, IVLP as a forum for discussing itong nangyayari sa South China Sea. Meron bang ganun kayo?
Meron po. Yung we called it the basement declaration nung buhay pa sila Senator Siahani, no? Kasi Senator Siahani passed 2018 yata yun.
2018, yes.
Bago lang, no?
Oo, bago lang. But we had this basement declaration, we had it at the Sulu Hotel na we were demanding China to get off the Scarborough Shoal and
They didn't.
They didn't. And then we were going to ask sana kasi mga kababaihan to Kaya sinasabi ko, hindi hiwalay yung issue ng politika at saka issue ng environment sa women's issues, no? And at that point, we were planning to go to Scarborough Shoal. We were going to rent nga yung mga bangka, no? Kaso when we were doing the details, ayaw kaming payagan kasi mga babae kami na 10 fleet na pupunta doon, no? Kasama ang IDLP, Women in Development. Tapos meron kaming kasama na colonel yata sa Philippine Navy na ayaw na rin niya kaming samahan, no? So hindi natuloy-tuloy yung aming pagpunta dahil doon. Pero meron kaming program to discuss all these issues sa Kawimenan.
Hanggang ngayon.
Hanggang ngayon yun.
So,
oo.
Specifically, you do this
Sila
regularly?
system. No, not regularly. Kasi nung namatay si Senator, kasi siya yung ginawa
Senator
naming
Siahani,
point person kami nila Mary Jan nila. Kasama pati si yung abogado ni Rocco. I forgot her name.
Anyway, given these burning issues now, where do you place IVLP now? How is IVLP relevant dito sa ganitong issues na? Kasi given na your members are really prominent personalities.
Yes, right. I think that the IVLP can actually sponsor dialogues also regarding this. Kasi as you said, no, kung may problema, kailangan ng dialogo, and it looks like from the interfaith, we're going to be ideological and go into this dialogues again, no? At saka makita natin talaga kung saan tayo nanggagaling at saan tayo kikiling kikiling na ideolohiya. Kasi ang nakikita ko dyan, mahihirapan ako talaga personally sa China. Kasi wala kang freedom naman dun eh. No? Pero at least dito sa US, pwede mong murahin yung pero hindi ka nila babalikan, no? Pero gawin mo yan sa China, kundi putol na leg mo.
Okay, where do you see IVLP going in the next few years?
Well, one is it would continuously
Do advocacy.
do advocacy on peace, interfaith, provide platforms for
Discussions.
critical issues to mainstream yung discourse. Well, of course, yung issue ng China and United States and all other things can actually be a part of the advocacy of the IVLP, being an organization whose members is really from various field of disciplines, para ma-discuss ito sa proper discourse, na hindi lang natin marinig yung isang side, marinig din natin yung pro,
Yes.
or whatsoever. So,
Actually,
siguro ganun ang direction na nakikita ko.
Actually, doon sa last AGM natin, diniscuss natin yan no? And iba-iba ang perspective ng mga IVLP members tungkol doon. Merong pro-China, merong Pero yung mga pro-China, I don't know whether you discuss their personal liberties na na ganun pa rin yung issue nila. No?
Overall, given the projects that you're in now, it's really pro-peace dapat.
Pro-peace dapat.
Pro-peace,
Okay. Any final words to our viewers? Final words.
Final words.
Yeah, siguro ang final words natin dyan is unang-una nagpapasalamat kami sa invitation
Net 25.
Net 25.
Pangalawa, dapat i-espouse pa rin natin yung advocacy tungkol sa values ng mutual respect, understanding, peaceful coexistence, and of course respect to others. Dapat matanggal natin yung the otherness of the other.
Right.
Dapat maging inclusive tayo.
Remove the otherness of the others.
Yes.
Walang the others.
Walang the others.
We are one.
Yeah.
So, ganun yun.
Manong Virgie, final
Yeah,
words.
I think that we should really be getting into our hearts. No? Kasi kung hindi natin tatanungin ng puso natin kung anong importante, malamang mag-a-other ka eh. Samantalang kung if you're propelled by empathy, by love, mas mahihirapan pumasok yung isipan ng pagdidigmaan at yung paglalaban-laban, which has already decimated us. For example, in Marawi and in other places, no? And we're not just killing people, but the future, because you're killing also children. No? So ang tingin ko dyan is maganda na magkaintindihan tayo through dialogues para ito ay ma-prevent.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ms. Basala, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's all for folks for now, and thank you very much to our guest from the International Visitor Leadership Program. In the meantime, I'm Kaloy Tabunda, and I'm one with 25.